My name is Alessandra Albanese, and I'll be performing the poem Lost Generation by Jonathan Reed. Before I begin, a bit of context. The term Lost Generation was originally popularized by author Ernest Hemingway in his novel The Sun Also Rises. The term is used to refer to people like Hemingway himself, people who returned to the United States after the First World War, only to promptly flee to Europe as expatriates. They fled because their country of origin was no longer their home, and because their expectations of life and sense of morality had been so greatly changed by the terrible actions they'd seen committed by their fellow men in a time of war. And so they fled, and so they were lost. But now, in this current climate of global warming, political tension, economic failure, a war on women, hate crimes, school shootings, and with us being the generation to inherit that, people have said that we are the lost generation. And frankly, I agree. So I present Lost Generation. I am part of a lost generation, and I refuse to believe that I can change the world. I realize that this may come as a shock, but happiness comes from within is a lie, and money will make me happy. So in 30 years, I will tell my children that they are not the most important thing in my life. My employer will know that I have my priorities straight because work is more important than family. I tell you this, once upon a time, families stayed together, but this will not be true in my era. This is a quick fix society. Experts tell me 30 years from now, I will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. I do not concede that I will live in a country of my own making. In the future, environmental destruction is the norm. No longer will it be said that my peers and I care about this earth. It is evident that we as a generation are apathetic and lethargic. It is foolish to presume that there is hope. And all of this will come true unless we choose to reverse it. There is hope. It is foolish to presume that we as a generation are apathetic and lethargic. It is evident that my peers and I care about this earth. No longer will it be said that environmental destruction is the norm. In the future, I will live in a country of my own making. I do not concede that 30 years from now I will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. Experts tell me this is a quick fix society, but this will not be true in my era. Families stayed together. Once upon a time, I tell you this, family is more important than work. My employer will know that I have my priorities straight because they are not the most important thing in my life. So in 30 years, I will tell my children that money will make me happy is a lie, and that true happiness comes from within. I realize that this may come as a shock, but I can change the world, and I refuse to believe that I am part of a lost generation. Thank you. Well, I started writing it and I realized it was terrible, so I figured if I can't write it, I might as well recite things that people better than me can do and try to learn from them.
I doubt it was terrible. I mean, come on. But what made you choose Lost Generation?
Well, all the time on the news, I see things that tell me that my generation has to inherit a world that's kind of terrible, but nobody talks about how we're going to be the generation that has the passion and drive to fix it. And I think that's something that we need to remember.
Well said. Okay, now let's see what the judges think about your poem.
Well, if singers should keep singing, talkers should keep talking. That was well done. So I would say that perhaps the beginning of the found generation. Thank you.
So this was obviously a very powerful poem, and I also liked how there was a connection to history, and also, of course, for our students here. And there was, of course, the glimpse of hope. And let's keep it up. Thank you.
Ali was a former student of mine, and hopefully she did get some of that from U.S. history class. Your keen sense of social justice is fabulous. Stay true to that, and you'll be a beautiful person as you are.
Thank you.